Hi, this is Angela with Parkos Permaculture. I'm standing in my front yard garden right up by the street. You can hear cars going by. In my front yard I have two plum trees. I have an early Laxton plum, and behind it, this larger plum is a Stanley. It's a prune plum. And the plant that I wanted to talk about today is growing underneath these guys. I actually have 5 of them in the front yard and several more in the back because I like them so much. So let's go in for a closer look. So in permaculture, when you plant fruit trees, you want to surround them by plants that support the fruit tree and help bring in beneficial insects and break up dense clay soil and draw up nutrients for the plant. So I do have a comfrey here. I have currants, which will grow in shade. Sorry for the car noise. Peonies, because they're pretty. Daylilies, various other low-growing herbs. And then I have this guy right here. This is a honeyberry. The other name for it is haskap. They were originally cultivated in Japan. They're an edible honeysuckle. They come in many, many, many varieties. So this one is more of a rounded shape. I have a lower growing variety down here. It gets about 2.5 feet tall. And then there's an upright variety right here. It gets about maybe 4 feet tall. And honeyberries, the main reason that I started growing them is that one of my goals in the garden is to have fruit for most of the year. And okay, thanks, George. When you have honeyberries, they produce in early May. So I'm able to pick rhubarb in March and April, honeyberries in May, and then starting in June, blueberries and lots of other cane fruits. So let's go look at the honeyberries real quick. So I have these columbine growing behind it, and these are the honeyberry fruits. You can see them. So honeyberries they flower really early, and they produce either in early May or in late May, depending on if you get an early variety or a late variety. And you need 2 different varieties for cross-pollination. So make sure that if you get 2 varieties that you get 2 early blooming or 2 late blooming. And then they produce a ton of fruit when they're ripe. They're all underneath the branches, so you have to lift it up. But if you put a tarp down underneath, you can just shake the whole bush and the ripe fruit will fall off. Honeyberries require no pruning. They do not like wind, so they need to be in a sheltered location. They like full sun. They can tolerate cold and rain, but they can't tolerate wind. They aren't fussy about the type of soil that they have. And they're a pretty attractive plant. They have nice little yellow flowers earlier in the spring. So one of the reasons that I grow them in my front yard is that they're very pretty, and it gets full sun here. And it's sheltered by my neighbor's hedge, so they don't get lots of wind. So that's a look at honeyberries, which are also called haskap, an edible honeysuckle, attractive plant, and a perennial fruit crop for your garden.